that allows you to engage from the business world to the spiritual world, to be inspired and to be informed, empowering, enlightening, mentoring, enriching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube and Instagram. Remember, you have the power to win with Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter.
I've got increase on my mind, and I got my insight just in time. I'm walking in authority, more than a conqueror, don't you see? Power to win, again and again, courage to grow. You better believe it, I live in my destiny. Yes, I live in my
Good evening, and thank you for joining with me tonight. Allow me to ask you to just share this session. We are live. Let's open with a word of prayer. This Power to Win session, the reality of recovery uninterrupted. Oh Lord our God, how excellent is thy name in all of the earth. From the rising of the sun until the going down of the same. Your name is worthy to be praised. And we seek you for guidance and direction. We seek you for your blessings and your continued support. Thank you for all that you have done and all that you shall continue to do. Thank you because we are never alone and you are always with us. We ask that you heal our land. We ask that you heal our cities and that you look on government and that you look on officials and those that have been impacted wrongfully and touch and bring healing and peace. Thank you for what you do in order to bridge the gap. We're living in a society that is full of different situations and turmoil. There's strife. There's injustice, but you bring peace and you bring joy. Thank you for justice and thank you for hope. This is my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Again, welcome. We are live and in person tonight. So take a moment to like, share, and tag this session. Invite other entrepreneurs, business executives, pastors, missionaries, young adults, ministry leaders, those who want to ascend to new horizons to join with us on tonight. We are live and I will be sharing and dialoguing with you. Please feel free to place your questions in the chat box or the comment section. Our team will communicate to me your questions and we'll try to answer as many of them as possible. And if not, over the coming weeks, we will include your questions in some of the dialogue that we will have. Last week, we had some wonderful questions. And again, tonight, at the end, I will be answering some of your questions. So take a moment and let me know what you're thinking. Ask. Nothing is, off limits. Well, maybe I shouldn't say nothing. Most things are not. Again, take a moment to tag and share and like this session. I want to thank those of you who joined me for our virtual book review a few weeks ago, From Pandemic to Promise. Feel free to go to my website and get a copy of my newly released book, From Pandemic to Promise. When you go there, you will also find other merchandise items from Power to Win. Just go and grab as many of them as you want. You can use some of them as gifts or whatever you want to do. We have some wonderful and powerful items on our merchandise tab. My website again is www.valeriedanielscarter.com. That's www.valeriedanielscarter.com. Proceeds from our merchandise assist us in continuing our educational and business initiatives, both here and abroad. Again, let's get started here. Take a moment to like and share and tag this session of Power to Win, the reality of recovery uninterrupted. Well, as I have previously shared with you, we all know that good success comes from the Lord. But when you couple his blessings with the VDC 10-step business protocol platform for executing business in excellence, that's a mouthful, isn't it? The VDC 10-step business protocol platform for executing business in excellence. It allows the overflow to come with what God has already destined for you. Over the past few weeks, we took time to take a deep dive into the business points. We went through business points 1 through 6 over the past several weeks. The 10-step business protocol is designed to be a guide as well as a thought provoker. There indeed is information that we all want to know and share. But this 10-step process allows you to ask and think about the vital questions that will prepare you to start, grow, or develop your ministry or business platforms. Previously, we talked about and discussed platform number 1. Why is it important? Platform number 2. What is the problem and the burning platform? Platform number 3. Who is the customer? Platform number 4. What is the solution and what value does the solution create? Platform number 5. What is the business model? And then platform number 6. What is the financial model? We went through these and these first 6 business protocol platforms, and you can go to my website, www.valeriedanielscarter.com, and listen to the previous sessions. These points are very critical for every business or ministry leader. These are things that you absolutely have to be able to define, articulate, and understand clearly before you grow, launch, or expand your business and ministry. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll finish up with the remaining 4 business protocol platforms. Those topics are: what is the channel to market? Who are your competitors? What are the risk and the risk mitigation approach? And the last one is: what is the exit strategy? So let's get started now with protocol number 7 and 8. Remember to like, share, and tag. Somebody say like, share, and tag. Like, share, and tag. Place your questions in the chat box or the comment section, and we'll get to them. Business protocol 7. What is the channel to market? In other words, how are you going to get your product or service or ministry to the end user? It is inclusive not only of how you will sell the product to them, but how will you deliver it to them? For ministries, it involves how you will deliver your message or program. A marketing channel consists of people, organizations, and activities necessary to transfer the ownership of goods from the point of production to the point of consumption. Let's say that again. It helps you to transfer the goods or the ministries or the services from the point of production to the point of consumption. It is the way products get to the end user, the consumer. It is also known as a distribution channel. A marketing channel is a useful tool for management and is critical for creating an effective and well-planned marketing strategy. There are several ways to deliver your product. You can deliver it through retail outlets, franchising outlets. You can use direct marketing or wholesale, or you can use a distribution model, or you can distribute it through agents and brokers. You can have internet-based or e-marketing platforms. You can use direct mail. You can have media and commercially driven platforms, just to name a few. You have to determine, and you must be the one that can best describe the channel to market your business or your ministry. In addition, you can have multi-tiered or multi-channel approaches to marketing your business or your ministry. The goal is to have a campaign that is impactful and will increase your reach to individuals. Your goal should be to have a campaign that is impactful and will increase your reach to individuals. In doing so, this will allow you to broaden your engagement with new prospects while growing your existing community or ministry or church base. Certain channels are more appropriate for some contacts than others. Consider your targeted demographics and the best method they can receive your communication. Prime example, we have a phenomenal church mother at Holy Redeemer Institutional Church of God in Christ. Her name is Mother Dathrine Gadd. She is a prayer warrior. She is just a caring and loving individual. But if we want to get a message to our church mother, who, by the way, will be celebrating, I believe, 95 years or 96 years of life, the last way or the last channel we would use would be social media. All we would have to do is pick up the phone and have a conversation, and we could communicate properly with her. What are you saying? You have to understand your targeted demographics and the best method they can receive your communication. Your marketing tactics should offer a variety of ways for individuals or companies to interact with you. The more ways they can reach you, the more opportunities they have to contact you, the better it is for you, because you have opened various channels for them to be able to reach you. I thought this was interesting as I was preparing for tonight. Research has shown that the typical person makes about 2,000 decisions every waking hour. I said, 2,000? I said, gosh, that's a lot of decisions every waking hours. No wonder so many crazy people are in this world. No. But more seriously, most decisions are really minor, and we make them instinctively, or we make them automatically. What to wear to work in the morning, or whether to eat lunch now or 10 minutes, or when am I going to pour the cream in my coffee, or how much ketchup am I going to put on these French fries, and am I going to try a few fries with ketchup or without ketchup? I mean, we just make decisions all day long. But many of the decisions we make, it really does take real thought, and we must understand that they can have serious consequences. Consistently making good decisions is arguably the most important habit one can develop. I want to say that again, because I really want that to be part of you and part of what you receive from me on tonight. Consistently making good decisions is arguably the most important habit we can develop, especially in business and in ministry. You're dealing with people's lives and their livelihoods. When I make a decision, I'm not just making a decision for Valerie Daniels Carter. I'm making a decision for many families that I'm responsible for. And I don't take that lightly. You that are ministry leaders, when you're making decisions for your ministries, you're dealing with the souls of people. And you've got to make sure you're making the right decision for those individuals. As with any marketing campaign, it's really important to analyze and define the return on investment for each channel. Ideally, measuring by tracking engagement levels, which encourage marketing, influence leaders, and conversion of sales. You want to measure line by line, channel by channel, the return of investments. Those of you in ministry, you may have various programs going on within your church. You want to determine, am I getting the results from this program that I've designed for my ministry? Remember, a great idea can be very costly, so make sure you count up the cost before you say yes. I'm going to say that. I got to say it one more time. A great idea can be very costly, so make sure you count up the cost before you say yes. Lastly, make sure you're prepared to deliver quality in a professional and timely manner. It will help you secure that platform. Let's go on to business platform protocol number 8. Number 8 says, who are your competitors? So often, competition in business or ministry is perceived as a negative, and competitors are looked upon as something to avoid. Well, let me give you a little secret. In the food industry, many times you will see a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Wendy's, a Culver's, all within a radius of a block or on different corners within the same community. That is not a bad thing, because it creates a destination point for individuals. So rather than a person deciding, do I drive a mile down the street to get to Burger King, or 3 miles down the street to get to Nino's Southern Sides? They probably would choose Nino's Southern Sides, but to some of the other restaurants, they feel comfortable knowing, and it draws more people to that community. Competition is both inevitable and can be extremely beneficial. So don't be afraid to be competitive. In fact, it is important for companies to have, or ministries to have, competitors for many reasons. It broadens the horizons. It can aid in satisfying your audience and improving your services and distinguishing your brand. I don't care how many soul food restaurants open in Milwaukee. The greatest Southern experience you will have in terms of food quality will come from Nino's Southern Sides. I want you to go and visit some of my competitors so you can come and rest at ease with me. Listen, one of the easiest and least expensive ways and simplest ways to really find out who your competitor is, somebody says, well, I don't have a ton of money to determine who my competitor is. The simplest and easiest way, it is to just ask your customers. I, on many occasions, will walk into a restaurant and welcome my customers for being there and thank them for being there and appreciate them for being there. And sometimes I say, you could have chosen any other restaurant to go to. If you could have chosen, where would you have gone? And they'll say, I would have gone here and I would have gone there. But Miss Carter, you do such a great job. Your people do such a great job. I keep coming back. Well, I want them to keep coming back. But at least I know where they would have gone. It is fundamentally important to know your business industry. Don't feel threatened. Get as much insight and information as you possibly can. If you do not know your industry, you will desperately be chasing after dreams that never may become a reality. Don't be afraid to immerse yourself in various channels of engagements. Read various blogs and follow certain social positive media groups. Participate in online forums and subscribe to healthy magazines. And the greatest way you can empower yourself is to listen to Power to Win every Tuesday night. Go tag somebody right now and tell them to get online, because she's talking to you and she's talking about you, about empowering yourself. Listen, stay engaged with your industry or in your business or within the ministry world. This will help you to identify the key players and the influencers in your field and understand what business ministries or organizations are dominating your market. Say that one more time. You need to understand and recognize what businesses and ministries, for those of you that are in ministry, are dominating your market. Don't be jealous of them. Don't be upset because they're doing something great and they're moving forward and they're setting ablaze the world. Find out who those influencers are and what they're doing to set ablaze, what they're doing to get attention of the world, what they're doing to make a difference. Ask yourself, who are the influencers? As you identify and measure your competitors, also make sure you take time to measure your organization. Maybe there is a reason why you are not as successful as your competitor. If you really want to understand how to be successful and how to take things to the next level, you can't be afraid to measure where you are and honestly define what you're doing. It's very important for you to be aware of what customers are saying about your business. With the countless websites and applications out there that enable customers to research, review, and list business reputations, monitoring really can sometimes be hard to keep up with. But you want to make sure you keep your finger on the pulse and measure where you are. Google Alerts and other reputable monitoring tools can be very helpful, not only for you handling your business today, but in the future. And it can help build a relationship with your audience. It's also great for you to find out where trends lie within your industry and where new competition is going. Don't get stuck in the old when the new is moving forward. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about understanding how important monitoring tools are. The other week, a dear friend and I were trying to determine what hotel we were going to stay in. And I knew pretty much where I wanted to stay because, I like certain properties. I like certain services within a hotel. And we started talking about the different hotels. And they said to me, why don't you just Google and look at the different comments that individuals have made that have stayed at that hotel over the last couple of months or couple of weeks. And as we began to look at the reviews and we began to read through some of the information that individuals had reported on the property, we then decided to drive and look at the different properties just to make sure that we were making the right choice. But we saw one property where everybody was literally bragging on the service level, the quality level. And the one thing that caught my eye, and I believe their eye, was the fact that the spa, people were talking about how wonderful the spa treatments were. And so we decided that we were going to try something that we would have not normally tried, but because of the influence of others, the influencers, those who had been there. And I often say to you guys so many times, trying to get there cannot tell been there how to get there. But these influencers influenced us so that we tried this property. And it was as they had described. It was a very exciting experience, and we had a great time. But it was not the traditional way that I normally would have chosen a place to stay. But I'm glad that she influenced me to do the right thing. Lastly, but really so critically, it is not only important to know your competition, but if you really want to excel, you must understand who your customer is and what they need. Many businesses focus on innovation and they fail to align their brand with what their customer needs are. Customer-centric companies and ministries are 60% more profitable than companies that do not focus on customers. So being customer-focused or member-focused helps you to understand and better align what you're offering, your services or your ministries, with those that can appreciate it and they understand the value. Identifying and meeting customer needs should only be the focal point of those that really want to grow their business. Last week, we had some questions, and I'm going to try to get to them before we have to log off. One of the questions was, how much should be in an emergency fund? And the real answer to that question is, You want to measure anywhere from 4 to 6 months in your emergency fund. The second question, or another question that came in that we could not get to last week, was, is it best to get your startup loan from a bank or a credit union? Well, it may not be the bank or the credit union. It may be investors. It may be other forms of ways of getting capital that you may get. Don't be afraid to look at various ways of getting your startup capital. Save something for your own business. Everyone that invests in a business wants first to know how much have you invested in your own business. Banks will want to know, what is your equity position? How much capital have you placed in the business? Another question that came in tonight: what is the best way to research your competitors or your competition? You can research your competitors and competition in various ways. You can research them by pulling up their websites and looking at everything that they're doing and everything that they're offering. Many times, you can look at some of their financial indicators that are out there and determine how well they are doing. You can look at what has been written about the business, and you can research it by that. You can also visit your competitor. That's one of the best ways. I really will tell you guys this secret before I got to close in prayer. My time is out. They're telling me I got to shut down, but I got to tell you this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Many times when I really wanted to research and understand my competition within a restaurant, I would visit the restaurant. I'd go eat their food. I'd go sit in the restaurant. I'd sit there and I'd be, pretending like I'm reading, but I'd be counting their customer count, because I knew if I could count their customer count within so many hours, if so many customers came through that door, I could determine their volumes and their levels. I'll teach y'all how to do that one day. I got to close in prayer. Ask your questions. Continue to send them in. We'll continue to respond to them. Allow me to close in prayer with you. Again, Father, thank you for your goodness and your mercy. Thank you for those that have listened to this session on tonight. Bless them to understand how to allow increase in favor to come from you. Thank you for the peace that you shall give to our world on today. Continue to heal bodies. Continue to release us from this pandemic and allow us to walk into our place of destiny is my prayer. Remember to visit my website, www.valeriedanielscarter.com. And please make sure you visit our merchandise page and visit absolutely some of our previous recordings and be blessed. May the Lord bless you real good is my prayer. God bless you and have a great, great evening.
We're so glad you joined us tonight. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube and Instagram. Look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, you have the power to win with Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter.